Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Dataform Tools Vscode extension on Windows. All I've done is open Vscode on my virtual machine, Windows virtual machine that's running on Mac. But the installation process is going to be the same on Windows 10 as well. So I have 11, but it's all the same. So open VS Code, click on the extensions tab, search for Dataform Tools, click that, install. So once the installation is complete, close this and open a folder where your Dataform project is. But in my case, I don't have one yet, but I'll open the documents folder and open and clone one there. So file, open folder. If I go down, C, users, my user, documents, select. And I'm going to open a new terminal window here. And I'm going to go back and clone the Dataform project. So I'm going to do git clone paste. I'll make some space here while that's cloning. That's cloned. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the current workspace. So I'm gonna do close workspace and open a new workspace in the folder where Dataform is. There, Windows, users, documents, football, Dataform. Select that folder. So once that's done, so you'll see like there's many errors that are popping up here. So you can click on the installation steps and it will take you what you need to do to fix those errors. So obviously to run Dataform from VS Code, you would need Dataform CLI itself. So that's number one. So you can just copy this command and go back and open a new terminal. We just make some space by removing all this and paste this here. So obviously it says it requires Node.js. So let me just make sure I've copied this correctly. Yeah, so it requires npm, which means you require Node.js as well. You can easily install that using just Google install Node.js Windows and go here and just download it from here, right? So pretty straightforward, or your IT team can do that for you as well. And once you've done that, install Dataform CLI. This gives you an error. I'll show you a set of like commands that you can run to check if you have Node and npm installed. You can do first of all, okay, let's see if Dataform is installed on our Dataform version. It gives you the version. This is the latest current version. You can do npm version as well before running that npm command, and node version as well. Make sure you have everything. So I'm going to minimize this terminal and open a file. So to go to definitions and open O100 clubs, you can see the syntax setting is already there and it shows compile the Dataform project. So the easiest way to like show the compilation window that you might have seen in the extension itself. So if I go down, you'll see this compilation web view that's here, right? Is to save the file. So if I just go to Control P and open that file again and save this file. So if I do Control S, you can see the keyboard keys that I'm pressing on the bottom right. So you'll see that it's still loading. The main reason, not the main reason, the reason it's loading is because you don't have the GCloud CLI set up. So it'll show you that, okay, this is your problem. You don't have GCloud. You can install GCloud CLI and run the following commands to set it up. So if you click on this install GCloud CLI, it'll take you to the Google's documentation on how to install it. So in our case, it's Windows. So all you have to do is copy this and open your PowerShell. So open PowerShell. I'll just zoom in a bit more. Paste anyways, enter. So it'll open the setup window. Just do next, and yep. This takes approximately like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. So I'll just catch you after that. So I think that's installed now. So you can click next, and it's gonna run GCloud init, which is one of. So if you notice, go back here and scroll down and see this is part of the commands that you need to run. So, but the installation guide is already recommending you to run it, so you can run that, and it will open a new PowerShell window and start doing the GCloud init setup for you. So you must sign in to continue. Yes, and let's log in. So we are authenticated now. Let's go back, select our project, number 1. Let's do the default region as well. I'm gonna select Eurowest 2A. So yeah, GCloud is set up. So what you can do is, let's go back to the Vscode and try to save it again, right? So try to press Ctrl S again and see what happens. So it's gonna run that thing again. So it's giving you this error still. So what you can try is, you can try this now. So the second command. So it's not super obvious why that is the case, but yeah, you need to do this according to the documentation. So let's do the process again, continue, allow. Yep, that's done. So what that does is it sets up the these credentials, the default credentials for you. So yeah, I mean, that's why it's needed, right? So if I save that again now, let's see if it works now. Yay. Okay, that gives you the cost as well for the file. Obviously it's like 0, showing 0 because we are in a file that's like 0, but let's open a file that's like non-zero, probably like meta, this one. So it shows you a non-zero cost as well, which is great. So I think the only part of the setup which you might need other than this is, if I go here, back here to the clubs file and try to run this, you will see okay, terminal pop up, and there will be an error because you don't have the df credentials JSON file on your project setup. So to do that, all you have to do is Dataform init creds, select from ECU and a default. So it's going to use your default credentials. Clear that and let's try to run this again. And this time succeeds, right? So you can verify that succeeded by just opening this link. It'll take you directly to the table, and you'll see the timestamp would match with what the current timestamp is because we just ran it, right? So other than this, I think there's only the formatting thing. For formatting, you would need SQL Fluff. You need Python. So all you have to do is install SQL Fluff. So if you just copy this, and I'm not sure if I already had installed this. Let me actually check. Let me actually run this again anyways. I'll install this. I think I already had it installed, so it's gonna work fine. So if I just click this button, it's gonna format my file. Yep, so I've set it up in a way that there is like 2 line spaces between the config and SQL block, and everything should be capitalized and stuff. You can see the config file for SQL Fluff right here, and you can change this according to whatever you want to be the formatting standards to be. So yeah, that's basically it. So if you just save this file again, so you'll see the cost, the data lineage as well, dependency, the dependence. If you have Dataplex, this permission setup, you'll also see the external dependencies as well once you click that. So I'll make a separate video on all the other functionalities of the extensions, such as like seeing the definition, like going to the definition, and like seeing multiple Okay, these are all source, but if you like go to like a different file like this, you will have multiple dependencies for this file. And you can see schema, and you can run the file itself. For example, and if I just minimize this, you can open data preview and see the files and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of functionalities to it which you can explore, and I can show you one more while I'm showing you all this as well. You can click here and load the lineage as well. So if you make some space, you need to make space for this because it's a bit cluttered this way. So you can just select the file that you want, escape, or it goes to the file. If you click on the file itself, you need to make sure you click on the node and traverse the graph. Yeah, so that's basically it, the installation process. So most people have Dataform CLI set up and GCloud set up. Then you are pretty much all you have to do is make sure that you open the workspace in the folder where Dataform is to make sure it works. Yeah, feel free to drop any comments if you are struggling to set it up, or if you face any issues, you can open an issue on the GitHub page. I'm happy to address or help you out with the issues and any feature requests that you have. So just go to github.com, my username, and Vscode extension tools and issues. Yep, I'll drop the link to this and the dummy repository that I've set up on the YouTube description. And yeah, thanks for watching.